Full swing in Cape Town. However, the industry faces several challenges, and the mining sector experienced an almost 100 billion rand decline in profits last year alone as a result of lower commodity prices and a tough operating environment. To discuss this further, we joined by the associate at Allen Overy, Azola Futshane. Good afternoon to you, Azola, and thank you so much for joining us. Of course, these kind of losses are very difficult to recover, particularly if we don't see any changes in the economic trajectory. Forecasts remain very constrained. What came out of the Mining Indaba that will give you the confidence that at least there is better days ahead?
Thank you for having me, Cindy. Before we get to that, I'd like to just point out some of the issues that came up in terms of why these issues are so pervasive in South Africa, in particular the mining industry. What seems to have arisen is that there appears to be a cognitive dissonance between the public and the private sector in terms of how they view each other, and a misalignment in the thinking of both sides. In particular, it seems from the perspective of the government or the public sector that, they're subscribed to a notion of a developmental state whereby government should have an overarching influence over all spheres of the economy, as well as social service provision, because they do have the public interest at heart, whereby there appears to be a negative view of the private sector in that it is, focused mostly on profit making, which is self-interest. And from the perspective of the private sector, the government or the public sector, displays a level of incompetence. And so it's